but they thought they shot one of ours, so we have to shoot one of them. I'm Thomas Guffi Vestergaard, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Tom.
I said, I don't know shit.
What are you thinking? Where are you thinking you did something wrong? Are you trying to think in your mind, like, what did I do?
Yeah, of course, because I did a lot of things wrong back then. So I probably did some shit, you know. And when I'm sitting there trying to figure out what the hell I did, he takes up this gun, he points it right in my face, and then he just pulls the trigger. Click. And then all these guys, they just start laughing. It's just a joke. And I'm sitting there. I don't know if I'm going to laugh or cry or whatever. I didn't think it was very funny. But they apparently did. So they took me in the next room. They gave me a beer. They laughed. And like nothing ever happened. So that was kind of up.
These guys are all full patch members, and
no,
they hang around.
They were actually in a separate group. They were hang-arounds for a full patch club. They didn't want them as members because they were fucked up on drugs and alcohol all the time. And if they weren't fighting each other, they were fighting other people. But they had no problem with paying these guys to do some other shit around. And actually, they kind of played both ends of the fence, you know. The other clubs also paid them to do things, and other gangs. So they were kind of in the middle. They were being used for cash, but nobody could really trust them 100%.
Is there a big underworld community in Denmark?
I don't think it's as big as in other countries, and I don't think it's as organized as it might seem sometimes. But yeah, there is. But also under the biker war in Denmark between the Hells Angels and the Bandidos and some of the local gangs with immigrants.
Yeah,
most of the incidents were kind of crazy, you know, because then some guy he hears about, well, some of these guys from this group, they're hanging out on this corner. And then, okay, we have to do something. And then they get a bike and they drive by, and no, they didn't see anything. There were no guys there, but they saw a guy that looks like one of them. So they shoot him instead. And he's not part of the other club. He's just some normal dude that has some clothes that looks like some gang member. And then the other club gets angry because they didn't shoot one of ours, but they thought they shot one of ours, so we have to shoot one of them. So it's totally fucked up, you know. But in this situation, for me also, it was because I did a lot of mistakes, because I didn't know the rules, and I was only 16 at the time, you know. So some of the people we were riding with, they got a little jealous at me because I got a free pass sometimes when I did I wasn't supposed to. At one point, there were two guys that were picked up and charged for something they did years ago. And they started a little rumor that I might be the one that told the police about this. So at one point, I was invited to a party, and we drove out into the country to this big barn, and I was tied with duct tape to a chair, and I was tortured for about 2 hours.
You were the guest of honor.
Yeah, I was the guest of honor. I was the party.
What did they do to you?
Yeah, they put on a helmet with also duct tape around, so I couldn't look out. And somebody peed in it first, so the smell of pee and this helmet on, and they beat me with baseball bats and burned me with cigarettes. And at one point, I remember that there two guys are standing behind me, and they switch with hitting me with baseball bats on the helmet. And it actually hurt a bit because kind of the electricity, or what you call it, down the spine from every hit. It was like a knife. Like, yeah, exactly. It was like a knife in my spine, you know. And at one point, I throw up inside the helmet, but it's too small, so the puke can't get out. So the puke and the stench of piss, actually, it causes me to pass out. I wake up. I don't know how long it has been, but I wake up in this. I'm not tied to the chair anymore. I'm on the floor, yeah, and it's slippery, and I can get the helmet off, but my knees is like double size because of all the hitting. So I kind of crawl to the door. I can see the light under the door from the outside. And there's a switch beside the door. So I turn on the light before I open the door to go outside. And I can see the slippery thing I was lying in was my own blood. So I kind of made a path all the way to the door, and I stumble out of the door and down on some dirt road. But in the meantime, some of my other friends is at a bar, and these people show up bragging that they beat me to death, and they talk to these guys and figure out where this had happened. So they drive out, and I remember that I hear this car, and I see the headlights.
You're thinking it's them coming back, right?
Yeah, I actually are, but I'm so much in pain, so I just fall over in the ditch. And then I hear the door slam, and I hear a voice shouting my name. And these guys, they pick me up, and they hide me in an apartment for a couple of months. No hospital. So they are trying to find out why I recuperate there. They're trying to find out what the hell happened. And it turns out that the guy that actually did talk to the police was one of the guys that was beating me up. Yeah.
Yeah, to make it seem like it wasn't him.
Exactly. And
so, do you want to get revenge at this point?
At that point, I wasn't thinking about anything. I thought I was gonna die, but I feel this kind of hatred inside just getting worse and worse. And this guy, he disappears to Thailand or somewhere, and nobody can find him. And I remember at one point I see one of these guys from this club on the street, and he can't even look at me. He just goes, he runs to the other side of the street and the other way. So I think, okay, I'm out of it. But because of all of this, I have this hatred inside me, and I get angry. And I actually become, I enlist in the party.